Hi everybody, good evening. This is Caveman for Peace, back with another episode, and this time it's not about politics. This is about health, and my special guest is Miles Bay. We're going to talk about Miles Bay's adventure from human heart to calf heart, his experiences, his feelings, and his transition. Miles Bay.
Well, I don't quite remember the year it was,
Okay.
but they took me to Sinai Hospital. I blacked out for some odd reason. And they put a defibrillator in me right away, didn't know nothing. Put that in me.
At this time, how old were you, or do you want to reveal your age?
I was in my 50s.
Okay. Was it early or late 50s?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And, so it was like everybody that came through Sinai Hospital this particular year, whether it was something wrong with their heart or not,
Mm-hmm.
they got a defibrillator. It could have been your toe. You got a defibrillator,
Okay.
you know. So they was feeding everybody these defibrillators.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what the defibrillator did for me was give me the worst thoughts of my life.
Okay.
In other words, what it did was I walked around here 3 or 4 years not knowing that I had an infection.
Mm-hmm.
My surgery went well, but the defibrillator caused an infection.
So now what I want to get to is, before the defibrillator, how did it come that you were given the calf's heart, and what brought you to decide that you felt comfortable with receiving it?
That came from getting away from Sinai
Okay.
Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And I got with my heart doctors and things at Bobot.
Okay.
So this what had to be done. And then I had got an infection.
Okay. So were you on the transplant list for a human heart, and with nothing available at the time, and then at this point they said, we got this new procedure we'd like to
Correct.
try?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was between either taking this pig's heart or this calf's heart.
And what made you
And-
decide on the calf?
I'm Muslim.
Okay.
I'm a Muslim. So I didn't want no pork in me.
Makes sense.
You know, so went through the operation, everything went great
Mm-hmm.
up until now.
Okay.
Now I suffer,
Okay.
you know, and nobody can seem to give me the correct story about what I'm going through.
Mhm.
I have to call my relatives and give them the symptoms
Mm-hmm.
of what's going on with me,
Mm-hmm.
because they're doctors. They say get to the hospital, I get to the hospital. But right now it's wow.
How much different does this calf heart feel from your original heart that
Much
you had?
stronger,
Okay.
much stronger. It seems much stronger. You can lay down sometimes and feel it just doom, doom, you know, beating.
You can hear it as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
you know.
Does that kind of bring a good feeling to you, that you at least know you have something beating in you that's stronger than what you had.
Yeah, absolutely.
How's your stamina or your vigor about life since you feel this strength inside of you beating?
It's a rejuvenation
Mhm.
to make you not want to give up,
Okay.
whereas you might not have saw a way out, So it's got me fighting.
Okay.
It's got me fighting for it.
Now let me just take you back a little bit to the offer. And when you said they gave you a choice, either you could take the pig heart or the calf heart, in your mind, how did you see this transition going, and what were your thoughts prior to them rolling you actually in that OR and getting your, what I want to ask is, how did you get yourself mentally prepared to know that something that was originally with you at birth was going to actually be removed, and you had to really trust these doctors and their skills and technology and this new age?
Well, let me help you out with what you're trying to ask me. I started out by asking the doctors myself. They didn't know who Allah was.
Okay, that's a good start.
That's where I started at. Because Allah is the best of judges, the best of knowers. You can't come to me and say what you did because you didn't do it without the will of Allah.
That's right.
And that's where it took off at. I never lost the faith, that 1 minute. I just felt that I would be all right. Now, do I feel the same way today? No.
And what's made this change in thought?
I'm kind of nervous about this one.
Okay.
They done been in me 3 different ways that you could go in a person. And sometimes you lay around the house like I do now. You get to thinking about it. You think about all the things you did in your past. And say, now, is it worth it? Or was it worth it? Right now today, I still say yes.
Okay.
I don't regret anything I've done, so, yeah.
So you're into a healing process, well, I should say a reconciliation with yourself, that everything was okay.
Right.
And you were good with living your life.
Right, because see, they can tell me about vital signs, say this, and this. My body ain't saying that. But your signs are saying I'm doing good. We got a dispute. Because every time that they tell me that my vitals are right, this is going right for me, and this is going right for me, don't always be.
So you're saying from a medical standpoint, from their eyes, you're living, your heart is beating, and they see the machines and the stethoscope that they're listening with says you're alive. But to you, what I'm hearing is that you may hear all of that, doctor, but inside of me and my physiology and my physical abilities, I'm tired.
Right.
And I'm looking for some energy.
And our primary saw me. She watched me try to get out of my car one day. She said, "Took you that long?" She said, "We got to get you back together." That's over 20 years. She don't call me her patient. She said, "He's a friend."
And that's wonderful.
And that's how long I've been dealing with these doctors, even in the ones in Baltimore. But
well, did you think that maybe when they see you coming, they see a miracle?
I have been told so many times that I was that.
How long has it been since the surgery?
It ain't been that long.
Months? A year?
What you say, Bo?
About a year.
No,
No, it ain't even been that year, have it?
no.
It was
When
in
y'all
spring,
came to
right?
see me.
The spring.
Yeah.
The spring of this year, which is 2022. And so, how long had you been out of the hospital when we visited you? Probably, what, a couple of months?
You know,
Somewhere in
day.
the area of that.
About less than a month.
Okay. So, you're really still attempting to adjust to all this. Like you're trying to connect your
This has
adjustment
been-
mentally.
This has been the worst that I've ever had to go through. And it's like I said, you know, you go out of bed 3 times, and all 3 of them are different ways, but one of them mess you up. And you can tell. You see how I walk,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the right side, you know.
Have they talked to you about dehydration and how it can affect
No,
other functions?
no.
No. Do you think you want to address the issue with them at some point?
Because, well, yeah, I want to know and address every issue that I possibly can about me because, you know, I got grandchildren I want to see.
That's right.
Get down,
Understandable.
get down. Down. I have grandchildren, you know,
So right now, where you are with your heart, and you say sometimes you get comfort in listening to the strength of it beating.
mhm.
Does it make you feel like, in your mind, you like, I want to get up and run, but your body's saying, sit down somewhere?
Absolutely. Absolutely, you know, you find yourself like all of this that you see that might be out of place is out of place because of what I've been through and have not yet done to rectify the problem. But absolutely, it's like you get a shot of energy, you know, if you wake up. Yeah, it's a shot of energy waiting on you.
So what's, to you, I know you want to see your grandchildren, you mentioned that. So right now at this point where you are in the juncture of your transplant, what are your bucket list items that you'd like to do before anything major happens as far as another surgery goes and you have to sit down for a little while and not do anything?
Well, there ain't but one thing I really truly worry about. And this for real, it's not a grandbaby. It's not a woman. It's not a wife. It's what I feel like I've been old for years. And you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's all. Don't wait until I die.
Don't need the flowers later, need
Yeah.
them now.
You know, because see, I don't know what you're doing.
Right.
See, you going back to chapter 1 where it says spirit man never dies.
Mhm.
Spirit man don't always hear either.
Right.
See, so whatever you do for me in spirit form, how would I know you did it?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And I do have a saying myself, you know, you can, and I say it about regarding parents and children though, but you can wheel my wheelchair down the hall,
Yeah.
or either you can wheel it down the stairs. And that's, you know, based on what I put in. And I know I've been a blessing. I know I've done it right.
I help
And
everybody. I help
you know, we all are
everybody.
in the flesh,
Yeah.
you know, but we still
I help anybody.
are deserving to be
everybody. But I think that's not just me. A whole lot of us help everybody.
Yeah.
A little,
Yeah,
a little
we all,
bit
fair
too
exchange is
much.
no robbery.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to
Yeah.
scratch each other's back. We're supposed to be a blessing to one another. and we're supposed to be able to use each other but not misuse one another.
Exactly.
So it's nothing wrong with wanting to be recognized in a blessed way by others as you have done.
Yeah.
So it's nothing wrong with that, and I see nothing wrong with that. Hi, 7. And you got a good dog here.
Sit down, boy.
So what are you looking forward to when you go back to the doctor? What are they going to be looking for next?
They're looking for strength now.
Okay.
And if I have the strength, they'll do what they got to do.
Mhm.
But in these last few tests, there has been no sign of anything being wrong.
And that's great. Which means that this is successful. I know at one point you talk about diet at times. What, if anything at all, has any of your taste buds changed since you have something different in your chest? Do you like have a taste for certain things other than something you wouldn't have normally had a taste for when you had your human heart?
Not really. You know, and that's something they need to give us credit for too. Y'all, they put that Peckerwood up there talking about he was the first one and he just died. He wasn't the first one, I was.
Okay.
I was the first one.
To receive the calf heart. Now, as far as what are some of the things you crave that you used to eat a lot of that you can't have anymore? Because I know they tell you all the time, you know, you got to change your diet when you're a heart
they tell me
patient.
that, but you see, I got a bag of junk right here beside me.
There's nothing wrong with indulging,
But I eat it
you know.
in moderation.
That's what counts. So you got your jogging shoes on. You ready to sprint?
You know, I be feeling that way.
Okay.
I do, I really do. You know, now, if my ankles and stuff wasn't so tight and wasn't swelling up the way that they swell up, you might see me out there running, you know.
So if anybody else, if you had to share, wanted to say they were on the transplant list, and the doctors came to them as they came to you and said, "Hey, we don't have anything available. We don't have anything on transplant list. We haven't had it in a while.
Okay.
So we have a calf heart. You can take a chance with it. What would you say to that person?"
Do it.
Can you look at my audience and tell them?
Do it. Technology is nowadays. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you, for the most part, you try to follow what the doctors ask of you? To the best of
As best I can.
disciplined ability?
Yeah, because see, regardless to what a doctor may tell us,
Hmm.
we all have our own program.
That's right.
And you know, you've been doing something 60 years. You can't just stop it like that.
Right. Ain't nothing wrong with moderation, just as you just said.
You know.
Because you're going to want a piece of pie, or you want to, you know, some cookies, or you might want some candy. You might want a soda pop. What does it call it?
I just be wanting to taste some salt with my pepper.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I know better than that. You know, blood pressure gonna shoot sky high and everything, you know. No.
So now, if you do take that chance, how long does it take you to come back to a functioning medium where you feel comfortable that you kind of got the fluids off of you? And do you ever get where there are situations where your lungs are full of fluid and then you have to go in?
No, I try to do what they asked of me. I use my breathing machine over there, and then I use my inhaler. And I really haven't been, you know, letting the fluids build up on me. I don't understand why it hasn't, because I drink enough of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Looks like 7 is getting bored with with having to sit here too long. So I'm gonna make it real brief. How much time do I have left?
About 3 minutes.
Okay, with that 3 minutes, what do you want to share? Whatever you want to share, take a look at my audience and tell them what you want to tell them.
If there's something wrong with you and it's out to know, go see about it. That's all I can tell you. Peace.
And this is K-Man for Peace. I want to thank you, Miles Bay. I really appreciate you. You know, I've been chasing you for a long time trying to get this interview, but I wanted to make sure that Miles Bay was able to sit with us. And I really appreciate his time. I really appreciate his share. And for those of you out there, I know you always see the politics side and the advice side, but this time it's about the health side.
That's right.
Take care of yourself. Do yourself justice. Ask your practitioner, your family physician, your doctor, and most of all, take good care of yourself. K-Man for Peace out.